What is up, guys? Welcome back to Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another Walking Dead video for today. This one we're going to be doing a video talking about, which I of course promised everybody I would do a review once I am finished playing the Walking Dead comic series Michonne Telltale miniseries video game. This one is going to be a review of the Michonne video game. We're going to talk about it, give a bit of a rant, of course, obviously, and we're also going to give a bit of a review, give our thoughts, and give our rating.
You silence the whispers.
Okay guys, so this is going to be doing another Walking Dead video for today. This one we're going to be doing a review, the long-awaited review for the Michonne Walking Dead video game. So, this one has been requested by a lot of people, so I definitely want to go ahead and do this one. This one is going to be giving my thoughts on the Walking Dead comic book series, in the comic series universe, Michonne game. So, I knew it. I knew going into this that this wasn't going to be a very good game. I know from a lot of you guys that, you guys told me, like, Dan, it's really not that good of a game, it's really not that good of a story, if you guys follow the channel, if you guys have been subscribed to the channel for a long time, you'll know that Michonne is my favorite female in the Walking Dead series. So, if you guys are not updated, basically, I've played all 4 seasons of the Walking Dead video game series, the Clementine, series. I've played the Survival Instinct game, the Daryl and Merle game. I've played pretty much every Walking Dead game up to this point. The one game I never played was the Michonne game, and it's kind of like that loose end that you just want to find out, what it's about, what it is, and, through talking to a lot of you guys, I know a lot of you guys were saying, Dan, it's not worth it, maybe just skip it, or read a recap or something like that. And honestly, I was tempted to just, watch a recap or something, but, honestly, I had to play it, I had to see for myself what it was. I didn't go in with many expectations, because I know through you guys, a lot of you guys were saying, like, Dan, it's not that good. And, I want to specify before I get into this game as well, that Michonne is not at fault for this game at all. Michonne is an absolutely amazing character. Denai Guerrero's Michonne in the TV series and Michonne in the comic book series. Now, this, I just will, kind of give a little bit of an explanation for people. This takes place after All Out War in the Walking Dead comics, and it's between All Out War and the New Beginning timeline from the comics. So it's, a couple years there. And basically, this is her story after that, basically. This is her story between that time, after All Out War, and kind of what she's up to during her kind of trip away. So, that being said, I did not go into this with many expectations, and honestly, I was even more let down, okay? Listen, I loved the Clementine Walking Dead game. This, I just can't get into. I don't know what it is with this game. I just couldn't get into it, honestly. All the way through, there's 3 episodes of it, basically, and, it's just not interesting. I mean, really, that's all there is to it. It's just not interesting. And one of my biggest problems with the game, and this is something that I realized right away, and I can't even believe that this happened, is that Michonne is the only character that matters in this game. Like, literally, every other character in this game does not make an impact on the overall story. And I can't even believe that, honestly. And you can't deny it, okay? Play this game all the way through, and you come back and tell me that certain characters leave an impact on the story. Because honestly, I'm sorry, but you could take The Walking Dead issue 126, the last issue of the comics, from, the All Out War storyline, and the issue 139 when Michonne returns on the boat. You don't need to know any of this. I mean, it's there for your general curiosity. You can go see it, what happens on her, on her journey, but, I mean, what does this really matter? It is really the one kind of reaction I had stepping out of this game once I was done, and I was like, really? That's all you got? Like, I don't know. Okay, so, to sum up the story, basically, we have Michonne that's out there. She is having flashes of basically her past or whatever, kind of these hallucination type things, with the loss of her two kids or whatever. And I'm just like, okay, fine. You got the emotional character building and all that kind of stuff. But then they introduce these characters that, for me, are just boring. I mean, honestly, I'd like to say more than that. I'd like to say that they have some kind of interesting whatever, but they really don't. These characters in this game, they just don't work for me. And honestly, I'm not going to pretend like they do. Pete and some of these others, I'm like, okay, whatever, you know? I really wanted to, and that's my main goal, you know, playing this game, is that I really wanted to get into these characters. I really wanted to try to see if I can kind of see what these characters, because I know that a lot of people were telling me the characters aren't that good in this. I completely agree. I don't know. They don't really do much for me. Now, in terms of Michonne's character, so basically, we kind of know that she is going through a lot, kind of emotionally, you know, of course, with the death of her 2 kids and stuff. So I get that, at least what she thought of at that time, you know. And I just I liked it, I did, but at the same time, I felt like they did it a little too much. It kind of became a little kind of like, oh, this again, you know, that type of feeling, you know. And I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about the whole Michonne going back and forth with the 2 kind of reality and not reality. You know, I don't know. Now they introduce a villain in this, which is named Randall, and Norma is basically the leader, and Randall's kind of the, you know, one of the main villains and stuff. So you got these 2, and, you know, it's a bit of a kind of a bit of a, I guess a little bit of conflict with these 2 characters, but, I don't know, I don't really like it, especially because not only them, I don't really find as villains they work very well, but not only that, some of our own characters that are on Michonne's team, they just act like idiots. Like, I don't know, like, especially when they're tied up and stuff, and you got all this stuff going on, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this, you know? And like I said, I really wish that they would have given Michonne a better story, because I find this very generic, just basic and blah, to be honest. I really think that Michonne deserved a better story, or just don't show this story at all. That's the other thing. I feel like this story does not matter in the end, because you have Randall, okay? So, you know, they kind of get the upper hand against him at after a while, and basically he gets tied up, and you do have the option in this game at a certain point here. Some of of our good guys, some of the boring characters are captured, but, you know, you have Michonne, and she has to make a decision: kill Randall or keep him alive and get the people back, you know. And I decided to keep Randall alive to get these boring characters back. And even though I did that, I felt like the decisions just did not matter in this at all. Just like some of the decisions in the Season 3 New Frontier Clementine story, because then Randall just gets killed later on at the actual trade and stuff, and I'm just like, okay, you know, whatever. Norma, of course, I do put Norma out of her misery at the end of this game as well, but I just, yeah, I don't know. And then you basically just leave it to where it kind of connects to when she returns to the group in issue 139, and basically these characters, I guess the characters that are left just kind of don't matter in the end. I don't know. And we get I don't know, just a really, really kind of lackluster game for Michonne in the end. And a lot of these characters I just kind of couldn't get into in this game. Of course, you know, I love Michonne as a character, so this game still at least had a little bit of my interest, because I do like Michonne as a character, both in the comics and in the TV series, this one being, of course, in the comic universe, and I do like certain things they did with her character, and it definitely, nothing with Michonne as a character, there was nothing really wrong with her character in this. It's just the storyline overall, it's really blah, the characters aren't that interesting, or they act like idiots, which is the other thing about it. And I don't know. I don't know, guys. I just couldn't get into this game at all. So, and that is basically, that's it. So, I'm not hating the Michonne game. Okay, that's my first thing I want to say. I don't hate it. I just really don't like it much either. Like, you know, I'm kind of at like a dislike with this game. You know, not a hating it, not a loving it or liking it or even like a blah with it. I'm just kind of disliking the game. I'm not into it. It's not what I don't know, it's not really something I was really prepared for, to see a game like this where, you know, you got a lot of basic generic characters that don't do very much, and that's the biggest takeaway from this game. Can you please tell me, and I want to hear this in the comment section, what does this do for the story overall? For Michonne's story, yeah, we know she's struggling a lot with her past and stuff, that's fine, but I just don't think it does anything for the overall story. This is one of those games that you could take it or leave it. It's really one of those, you know? And honestly, I'm sorry, but I'm going to bring up Survival Instinct in this game as well, now that I'm done talking about just the story and Randall and the whole group and everything like that. Overall, I get, you know, Survival Instinct vibes with this, because here you have, and let me explain myself, we have a Daryl and Merle game that in my opinion, was really bad. But they only did a Daryl and Merle game because they know those are famous characters. And if people see that game in a store or something, they'll be like, a Daryl and Merle game? Oh, I definitely gotta buy that. It's for money. Because the Daryl and Merle storyline, you gotta admit, they could have done without it and been totally fine, you know? So, it's kind of the same situation with the Michonne game. You take a really popular character, you give her, you know, her own game, and they probably didn't put too much care into this. You can tell. They just wanted to make money, and they know that Michonne is a character that made money. There's no way you're going to come and tell me that they did this game because they think it's a great storyline. There's no possible way you can tell me that was why they created this. No, they created this for money. They created this so they could have some kind of, interest in a Michonne story that doesn't really go anywhere in the end anyway. So, to me, it just doesn't matter, this game. Honestly, it just doesn't matter. I'm not hating it, but I do dislike it. I just don't love it. I think it's kind of blah. It's kind of whatever, and, honestly, you can play it. If you're a Michonne fan, you can play it. But honestly, it's just not that great. And honestly, I'm going to leave my thoughts more so because I know we're going to talk about this on Brian's live stream. And we're going to delve deeper into kind of some of the characters and some of the decisions. I like talking with Brian about that stuff on his live streams. But just for my video and my review for this, I just don't like this game, guys. I really don't. I'm not hating it. I just don't love it. I kind of just dislike it. That's really the word for this, is just dislike, you know? I don't think it's horrible. I think they've got an okay concept. I just don't think it turned out that good at all. And honestly, it's kind of pointless in the end. And that's my biggest flaw with it, is that it's pointless in the end. So, because of that, because it's so pointless in the end, and just the villains and the character, it just doesn't do anything for me. So, honestly, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. You may consider this to be even over generous for it, but honestly, I'm still going to give it a 4 out of 10 because I do like Michonne's character and her story. But overall as a game, I mean, what was the point? I mean, honestly, what was the point? If somebody can help, explain to me in the comment section what the overall point of this game was, I mean, let me know. But honestly, this is a game that you can take or leave, take it or leave it. You don't need to play this game. And that's kind of the one ideology behind it, is that if you're a Walking Dead fan, you can enjoy Michonne's character, sure. But don't expect anything that'll blow your mind. Just kind of watch it for if you're a Michonne supporter, which I am. And that's why I'm saying it's not horrible. I don't love it, So anyway, that's my thoughts on it. I'm really not impressed with this game. I don't hate it, but I'm not a big fan either. We will discuss it more on Brian's live stream, of course, coming up soon in the next, couple days roughly. So of course that'll be coming up. And what are your thoughts on the Michonne game? What do you guys think? Do you guys think I'm too harsh on it? Do you guys think maybe I should have maybe insulted it more? I don't know. I want to hear that in the comment section below. So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you're new here, guys, click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my Walking Dead videos. Follow Dan's Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for some more Walking Dead videos. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.